Intro art provided by Jeremiah Gardner.
Yeah, that's the intro.
Welcome back to the Riff podcast, everybody.
Roll
Today we're doing
another reaction video to Vita Carnis.
Vita Carnis, that's right. That's
Not
right.
like last time we said the name of the guy who makes it, Darian I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say your last name. Quilloy? Whatever it is, it's a...
We did say it because I remember us having a conversation about, sorry for mispronouncing your name.
Cool. Good, just making sure.
Vita Carnis is actually the last thing I looked up on YouTube on my laptop, so it's right there.
Vita Carnis. Do you remember what happened so far?
Yeah, I remember the last episode. If you guys don't remember, go check out I guess it would be 2 weeks ago.
Yes, 2 weeks ago's episode. Yes, where we sat here and I genuinely scared the shit out of me right there.
Yeah, that last little bit, you guys will see it in the video. You guys will check it out. A mimic jumps out at you.
My roommates were like, "Oh, y'all boys are down there having a good time, ain't you?"
No, sir.
No, I'm scared. I'm scared shitless.
I'm going to shit myself.
I'm going to actively shit my pants. Thank you. Is my thingy on? Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Today's episode is sponsored by coffee.
Coffee, yeah, coffee. Not by any particular brand, because they won't pay us.
I forgot to turn on my mic again. Hello.
Hello.
I didn't know if the mics will actually connect while it's in the middle of recording, but it looks like it does. So.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Roll Tide and Gay Pride, brother.
Roll Tide and Gay Pride. You want to jump right into it?
Yeah, jump right into it. So
Revealed Progress is the name of this episode, or the name of this.
Yeah, Revealed Progress. So, so far, do a little recap. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, so last week's episode, we learned that there are 7 singularities. There's not just the one.
Right. 7 singularities and the 7 cult leaders. That's right.
Yeah, and there's 7 cult leaders. And I think, so what I'm thinking we're watching, because it looks like this is like, I don't know, caught footage of the singularity or something.
Yeah.
I don't think that, what was the name of Carcass or whatever?
Yeah,
is like Carcass is the group, it's like a paramilitary group that just caught the cult and everything.
Yeah.
I don't think Carcass is the one that has the singularities. I think it's like the cult and the company that's making the flavor enhancer. I think that company has the singularities, and that's where we're getting this footage from.
Or like
they're the one like
into Juan.
The
Juan.
And they caught trimmings. They've started to make like homebred trimmings in the lab, and wild trimmings are coming to their laboratory because they have.
Because that's where I think that's where
oh
the
my
last
god,
episode leaves
that
off.
part. Yeah.
So good.
That's so good.
So good. I love that. I'm interested.
And
to
like
see.
the PlayStation 2 machinima graphics.
Machinima.
That's funny.
That's so funny. All right, dude. So, where you at right here?
I just clicked on the video just now. Okay.
This video talks about.
I'm gonna put the video somewhere up here.
Somewhere up here, maybe in the bottom.
Maybe in the bottom if we have enough room.
And my boss.
Oh, I'll turn my sound off and just listen to yours.
Now only the most beautiful,
Bean.
specimens.
Bean.
Brett.
Oh, they're naming the lab made ones. Who is this guy?
I love how they use
pause
him.
it.
I love how they use him to kind of describe kind of a basic.
I think that's gonna be a thing. I don't think that's just like a random like children's character. I think that he's gonna be somebody in this whole thing.
Somebody like some type of not omnipotent
cult leader, maybe like possibly one of the cult leaders.
Maybe like well, I'm imagining it as like the little strand of DNA from Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Now this and it's like kind of explaining, and I feel like it's a tool just to explain kind of like not necessarily the plot, but there's definitely a lot of foreshadowing.
Kind of what I feel like from season 1 we learned is there's a lot of misinformation going around from the company that's clearly doing these experiments and making the flavor enhancer and everything. And I think that this is kind of showing them spreading misinformation to children. They're making like these children's specials, and it's like
it's almost like normalizing it to younger youth, so it's not like a younger youth. That's weird. That's a weird way to say that. But
youth is already younger.
Yeah, youth is already younger. So, but like it's almost like they're normalizing it. You know?
Yeah.
So it's not so shocking when they start to see all these fucking trimmers and like Bean and Brett coming in their own
Bean
fucking
and
house.
Brett.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like from the previous episode we watched from.
I'm wondering, are they gonna normalize like mimics and stuff? Because we saw in the last episode, mimics are getting out of hand, and I'm wondering if the company is gonna try and normalize mimics into like society, and they're just gonna continue.
Like, don't worry, they're people too. And it's like, come on now.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that this season. If it's like, oh, mimics are people too. Like,
if you see a mimic in your home, try not to fuck it. I'll try. That one's specifically for me.
Yeah, that one. I'm at 30.
So this guy is halfway me. I'm hitting. I'm gonna hit smash.
This thing has holes.
This thing has holes. You got me fucked.
That's so funny. I'm at 30. Where are you at?
32.
32. I'll match with you. Okay, go.
Meat snake specialist, Dr. Azram Griffiths. Damn, that was so hard for me to pronounce. Recreation project manager, progress report, Vita Carnis.
Wow, that's definitely words.
Yeah, those were words that I said. Date 1992. March 31st, 1992. Meat snake specialist. I'm
assuming this is also part of the facility. I'm assuming because it doesn't say carcass, so I'm assuming this is not.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. That's kind of what when I see these when they pull up these character names. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Does it say carcass? Are these the guys fighting the company, or is this the company?
Yeah.
And I think that this is going to end up being the company just because it doesn't say carcass on it.
And I love how it's talking about meat snake. I've been waiting to see.
I've been waiting for some more mimics. I thought in the last episode it said the mimic thing is getting out of control, and then it didn't say anything.
Didn't really elaborate more.
Yeah, so I was assuming that like maybe later this season we'll learn more what's going on with the mimics.
Dude, I'm so excited about the meat snake. I think the meat snake is one of the coolest parts to me.
I think after the mimic, I think the meat snake is probably my favorite.
It's gruesome. It's just a gruesome thing to think like it's gonna eat me and then use my skull as teeth. Like that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like a little snake walking around with my head on.
It's not little.
It's not, well, my snake is little. Anyway.
Ready?
Audio log. Progress report on the Meat Snake Recreation Project. From our previous report, the juvenile meat snake we selected was grown in a standard captivity cell until maturity. The specimen we had selected was now an acceptable size
shit!
for the project.
Look at he's got a skull in his mouth.
We're seeing a physical meat snake.
That's a Shai-Hulud.
That's a Shai-Hulud.
The specimen was moved into restraints.
Wow.
Twice a day, we fed it fresh meat, scraps, roadkill, making sure that it received the necessary material.
Why they got it tied down if it only eats dead material? You know what I'm saying? Like why you
gotta have it restrained if it just. And I fucking love how they've made this.
Yeah, this is cool.
This looks like it's an actual set. They did everything. They made it. Looks like a giant paper mache-esque.
Yeah.
And with the fucking skull in it, bro. I mean, that's such a nice.
I wonder
touch.
if there's any. I mean, it looks like it's all practical.
I was gonna say it's very practical.
Yeah, it's cool though.
I'm sure they'll throw some CGI in there once it actually starts to move. But
yeah.
Dude, I mean, this is.
It's wider than I thought it. It's not very long. It's like.
But it's big as fuck.
Yeah, it's big.
It's big as fuck.
It took like 2 or 3 guys to carry it onto the table.
I love the skull head in it. I
Yeah,
I just love that touch
crazy.
About the meat snakes.
It's like holding the face of whatever that creature is to like eat. It's weird.
Yeah, it's using it as like teeth. Yeah. It is very reminiscent.
I was thinking though. See, the way I had envisioned it was almost like it's using the bones of other creatures, almost like a shovel, and it's kind of like crushing up things and like swallowing it. Yeah. But it's literally using like the full skull of an animal to like eat.
It's
like
crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love how it's very reminiscent of David Lynch's Dune, like the sandworms from Dune.
Yeah, it is
very reminiscent.
Yeah.
It's very
Dune
cool.
is just like it's inspired so much. And
Dune is so versatile. It's almost like we did fucking 8 videos.
It's almost like we spent 8 videos straight talking about the Mahadib.
Yeah, the Mahadib. Made my knife chip and shatter, bro. Timothy Chalamet, please, sit on my face. Anyway.
I said that the other day when we were talking about a knife. I don't even remember.
May thy knife chip and shatter. Okay.
Anyway, let's get back into it.
organs to grow.
Organs to grow.
4 days into feeding, the specimen's mood mellowed out. The usual intimidation display was now a patient eagerness. It seems that the specimen now understands that we are feeding it.
I'm at 138.
138-bit. I'm going to go back to that right here. It's a learning process, folks.
You know, I think I should buy, for just specifically for stuff like this, I already pay for YouTube Premium on my own channel. I think I should switch it over. I should cancel it on my main and switch it over to Riff Ranch so that our shared channel has YouTube Premium and like we can do watch-alongs and shit like this and not
have interrupted.
Not get interrupted by ads and shit.
Can you be watching videos on the same profile at once though? Or will it freak out about
yeah,
that?
it'll let us
I think
log
so,
into
yeah.
it.
I don't
Yeah,
know
it
how
should.
YouTube works on that.
It should. Because I can be on my TV using...
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right because I'll pull up shit on my laptop and have YouTube on my phone. Like I'll be
Okay.
scrolling on shorts
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, so you can absolutely do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had to think about
yeah.
that.
Both of you. I'll have my dual videos going on.
Yeah. Fucking...
So ADHD, I can't pay attention to one thing for too long.
That'd be great. I also need to get the YouTube.
We'll have something playing on the TV. I'll be scrolling through my shorts, feeding Daniel and playing Dragon Ball on the Switch. This was literally yesterday. We had all
Oh my
I had all
God,
this
dude.
good.
My brain would shit itself. But I do play whenever I'm playing video games. I'll play a video game and I'll have my game going and I have my phone in my lap and then I'll have my laptop over here and then I'm like...
A big thing I learned from Devin, because he watches Twitch while he plays video games, and he taught me like watch the game you're playing while you're playing it. It'll make you better at the game.
Yeah.
So now anytime I'm playing a video game, I'm usually watching that
Yeah.
game. Like I'm watching
100%.
someone. Yeah, that's usually what I'm
100%.
doing.
I can't remember the guy's name right off the top of my head, but I watch him every time I play Fallout or Skyrim.
Yeah.
Love it.
Anyway.
Cut.
Ready?
The specimen has slowed down immensely.
Can't wait to
It
edit
has
that out.
also been occasionally rejecting food. It looks like we have been overwhelming it, not giving it enough time to properly digest and implement the material.
Oh.
Feeding has been reduced to once a day, but with an increase of portion size. 19 days into feeding, the meat snake has almost shut down entirely. It no longer reacts to external factors. It still accepts food, but with assistance. A makeshift mechanism was made to help the
Oh
feeding
my
process.
God.
Favorable results have begun to show. The hue of the specimen's skin has been turning shades darker.
Yeah.
Sampling
Yeah.
period seems to be
It's
approaching
like
sooner than
folding up
expected.
too, like a trash
Getting
bag.
wrinkly.
Yeah.
Day 21 into feeding. The specimen has reached all the required criteria to begin sampling. We managed to obtain a skin patch invention.
Sampling.
We began with cold resistance. The typical meat snake skin can hold its integrity up to negative 30 degrees Celsius.
Oh, because in the last season they said that the meat snakes are extremely resistant, or whatever. They were talking about that in the last season. They're very like durable and hard to get rid of. Anyway, that's all I had remembered about that.
Negative 100 degrees, even maintaining flexibility.
Oh wow.
Next, the heat resistance test.
Looks like a sour belt.
The sample was able to withstand impressive temperatures. We were only able to
This
bring
is
the sample
CGI.
to 3,000 degrees Celsius
This is
before we had to
You
bring
think this is CGI?
Yeah, see?
Oh, you're absolutely right. Holy shit.
We
It looks
used
real with the flame on.
and determined that the sample's limit was capped at around 5,000 degrees Celsius.
Woo! 5,000 degrees Celsius, guys.
Sample testing was interrupted by a peculiar event with the specimen. Personnel during the routine feeding
Yo, what's
found
going on?
the meat snake had escaped its restraints.
What the
by
fuck?
performing mitosis. The two organisms were
Oh, that's right,
simply
because
wandering the lab at the
it
time.
breeds through mitosis. That's right. I remember
The
now.
project has been halted for now, and the two meat snakes have been
Fucking.
moved back into their original enclosure. We are preparing more tests at the start of the new process report
My boy.
and log.
So terrifying.
You can make your own sieve at home. The mesh will catch large debris, allowing smaller things to pass through. But you can add
To get you more things.
Lovely contestants so far, but there can only be one winner. And this year's winner is...
Resolute.
Patty!
Oh, Patty! Oh!
Patty!
Man, Patty.
Patty's evolving. You
Yeah.
see that? I
Yeah.
paused it.
Oh, you pause it?
Yeah, sorry.
No,
I
no, you're good.
I saw Patty and had to pause it. That's fucking
No,
crazy.
You're right. Yeah, that is crazy.
I'm at
They're
435.
evolving. It looks fucking hardcore as shit.
I'm gonna take it back to Patty. Hang on.
That
Hang on.
motherfucker right there is hardcore. That's a goth. That's a goth mommy if I've ever seen one. See, but I want to point out, if you go back 2 seconds, it was talking about the sifting between the rocks, between the material, sifting through it.
Yeah.
That has to do, like, there's nothing in here. Let me check the description. There's nothing in here that happens for no fucking reason. So there's got to be.
Are they sifting out humans? Is that what you're?
It's like sifting out. It's like sifting out.
God damn it! It won't pause on
through
Patty.
Maybe it's like sifting out through the gene pool of these.
Wait. I got it
Since
on
they're
Patty.
being-
I'm gonna have it paused on Patty right here. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah. Fucking punk rock, goddamn. Trimmer, whatever the fuck it's called.
So this is definitely like even confirming what we were talking about, because the mimics have evolved and done other things.
Yeah.
And the meat snakes evolved and like started to eat like living things, like we
Yeah.
had talked about. And like now we're even seeing it with the trimming. So
Yeah.
like they're all definitely evolving.
And I think that's kind of what it was getting to with the whole part a couple seconds ago when it said I was explaining the sifting technique for material. It's almost like it's sifting through to find the perfect forms
I see what you're
of
saying.
each of these creatures.
Oh.
And maybe it was specifically talking about these trimmers or whatever.
So what do you think now having? I'll ask you once we finish the video. I'll ask you. I have some questions.
Sick. I was trying to look through the description real quick because if you know anything about analog horrors, and of course if you've watched fucking any kind of Wendigo and anything, he always says to look through the descriptions and they'll kind of give you a piece of something. But so
if you know
far-
anything about ARGs, you can also look through the comments.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm not saying this is necessarily an ARG or that matters at all, but that could be.
Make sure. Oh, see right here. It says make sure the mesh isn't damaged, otherwise something might slip through. Hold up, wait a minute.
That's a comment?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it? You think it's supposed to be like an in-universe comment?
Maybe not, but that is a good point. That they're like, make sure there's no, things don't slip through. Maybe in hindsight, I mean, we'll probably have to watch more of the episode, but maybe in hindsight, it's not an evolutionary process. It might be kind of linked to the evolutionary thing.
Well, I mean, that's like, what is it called? Like when you specifically choose certain genetics
certain genetic traits.
you breed them. It's
Mhm.
like yeah, that's kind of what they're doing. Is it almost seems like they're choosing certain genetic traits to kind of move on with and move forward. That's really crazy. Anyway, let's get this started.
Pause. Dr. Farron Brown's
Mimic expert. Ooh.
9/20/1992. So this has jumped up a couple of months, 6 months.
Yeah.
To progress report, Trachetium, whatever the fuck, Carnis. So maybe that's like the scientific term that they're using for each of these.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Trachetium.
Yeah. That
Hold
could
on,
be
let
the
me Google real quick what trachetium means, and then that can maybe confirm that for us.
Bells, is this still recording? Okay, cool. Thank you. Terrestrial.
Yeah.
Triciditum. Wow, I can't fucking. I don't even know if I would begin to pronounce that.
It butchered flesh.
Trucidation carnis.
Latin for butchered flesh, commonly referred to as a mimic, And the 5th member of the Carnis family. Oh, god damn it! This is a fucking. It went right to the thing for the. Anyway, so butchered flesh is what it means. All right, on to the
show.
This is my audio report for this month's progress. Albeit
Mimic
a
expert,
little
though.
bit late by a few months.
I'm excited.
Anyways, it's been a bit slow, but there have been some fascinating findings.
Damn ass.
Fellas, feisty fellas, already chock full of hunting instinct. Their hunting patterns are similar to other ambush predators. They will wait and then catch
Ooh.
their prey with the element of
Ooh,
surprise.
good visual.
Yeah,
They
that was a
prefer
good
to hunt prey
visual.
smaller than
Let us know what y'all think of that
themselves,
visual,
so they can take down easily.
wherever it is.
They are older,
If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications.
Oh!
but they have the killing technique to back it
Ooh.
up. They usually aim for
Creepy.
the throat or neck to deliver a kill as fast as possible.
Oh.
But once they metamorphosize into their adult form, it's harder
Oh, it's like a
to determine
cocoon.
patterns.
Oh.
I love this.
Oh. Oh.
I love
It's so
this.
visual.
The juveniles we do manage to get into their adult form don't last very long. They
Cocoons.
simply hide away, rejecting all food we provide.
Oh, it's the growing
As it
skin
is
and
well
shit.
known, adults only eat
maybe it's
human
not.
flesh.
It's hard to tell.
The adults we have will die to starvation. The best candidates for research are the ones we capture out in the wild.
The thing is
Wow.
huge.
Most likely due to them already having food and nutrients in their systems. It's not something I dwell on too often.
My boy on the. Hey, no more
I am
monkeys jumping on the
thankful
bed.
for what they bring in for me.
The machinima in this one is really good.
Even a few humanoid ones.
Oh. That
We're
made me
able to
jump a little
understand
bit.
a bit of how they work before they eventually whittle away.
That's the elder mimic.
The hunting tactics of the adult forms.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Bella, everybody.
Did you hit play? My bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's an 86. They keep changing it.
Mine might not be exactly with yours.
Almost completely random. Each case in the wild
What's
is
going on
different and it's hard to determine why in captivity. Plus, human testing is a no-go. Even though I volunteered myself, I feel so close to figuring it out.
Volunteer yourself.
Anyways,
My
getting
ass.
into myself.
Volunteer
Next
yourself
stages
is
are even harder
wild.
to...
Yeah.
Wait, how long do these tapes have to be?
Oh, that made me jump a little bit.
Jump a little bit.
So mimics have a chrysalis.
Was that a chrysalis, or did they just have it in a bag when they were dissecting it? I thought it was just a bag that they had it in.
It seemed to me like it was.
Through our first sip.
Yeah.
There are plenty of other fun things you can find as well.
Oh no. My sieve isn't working.
Oh.
Looks like there's a hole in your mesh. Make sure your mesh isn't damaged, or else something might slip through.
Uh-oh. Footage of the incident with V1 involving the cleanup team and test chamber 1.
Every college student needs to
Yes.
have Grammarly in their life.
Okay.
Grammarly is an AI writing partner that helps students with their writing from making.
So real quick before we, so I do think that it was like a cocoon,
Okay.
like because like it was young, and then it like maybe it needed to take that extra time to get.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know
They
what I'm
come, because the pods form off of the crawl.
Yeah.
And like maybe these pods turn into, well, they said that the mimics start as like some trimming like creatures, and then they turn into like those like, what is it? Not raccoon quite, but they're like these four-legged dog almost.
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
things,
dog like
and they start to grow. But maybe when they come out, like maybe they do turn into those like dog-looking things. But like
yeah,
maybe
before
there's
they
like
get
a,
like big enough to actually be a big. I don't know. It just seemed like they were cutting them out of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
carcass.
yeah, no, I agree.
or more of a. It kind of looked more like a placenta.
yeah.
Really, you know, there's a meat base and everything.
Right.
Not really cocoon, but a
Right.
placenta. And they do keep showing these visuals of beetles, kind of
Yeah.
like the larva state, and then the beetles.
Mhm.
You know, so maybe that has something to do with.
That's always possible.
Look at the crawl, just like
Yeah, over
Over
the
everything.
camera. Pause it real quick. So I've been thinking about this because in the last episode, like it's clear they have at least one of the singularities at this lab.
Yeah.
What do you think the monoliths are doing around a specific? See, my theory is that the singularity was at this lake that had the monoliths around
Yeah,
it.
around it. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
But and I guess that could still be the case. They could be around a specific singularity. But like, what is your theory? Why do you think they're around this specific lake if they're not protecting the singularities?
Oh, like maybe that spot is gonna be
Ground zero. For
like
some
ground
shit.
zero for some shit, and like imagine if like the 7 singularities come together, create the one.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like a spot where
That actually makes
wherever
sense. Maybe
they-
that's why they're called the singularity.
Yeah,
Is because
they will all eventually become into a single singularity.
yeah, that would be
But
crazy.
but maybe it's like I was saying whenever we filmed it last, like a conduit.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's almost like a spot in time and space where they can bring all of whatever they are to this place,
Yeah.
you know, to this planet, or like because it never really discusses, does it, whether it's a alien or not? I
We don't really know.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't really-
it's kind of. It seems very microbial, if that's a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a
Almost-
mushroom type.
Yeah,
Fungi.
like a cordyceps,
Yeah.
cordycepi.
Yeah.
But I think that would be more of a ground zero
And-
type deal.
And
they
it
still
would-
haven't even
if you
brought
guys
up
don't
the
know,
monoliths.
mushrooms actually survive in the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
So like I've definitely thought of the
Spore-like.
idea of like this could be some kind of alien
Yeah.
entity.
And I've already mentioned I think that it's all like a hive mind,
Yeah,
you know, in a way. Like
And like you said last
individual
episode,
creatures, but
if you guys didn't watch last episode, go check it out. But like Bailey said last episode, if I could stick Eldritch on everything, I will.
Yeah, if I can slap an Eldritch sticker on everything, I will. And, I mean, it's very like, you're right, like fungal.
Yeah.
Like it's all like very fungal.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like the pods, and I mean, if you know how mycelium maps work,
Yeah.
you know, there's just like you can get two separate, like what seemingly is two separate mycelium maps, and then they'll like come together and then
Yeah.
create a larger.
It's
one.
almost like, I don't know if we had this discussion on the podcast, but it's almost like that conversation we had where you were saying mushrooms exist, or like we basically exist to be eaten by mushrooms. Like
Yeah.
that's the whole
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
mushroom even.
It's almost like the entire ecosystem is made for
Mushrooms to thrive.
to thrive.
Yeah, the only reason anything kind of
Yeah.
lives is because of
And they were
these
here
mushrooms.
before us by like a couple million years.
Yeah,
A couple,
and this
probably like
this
100
almost
million.
seems like that idea that you were talking about, but like to the extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick. Play.
Ready? Yep. What's going on?
Oh, it's glowing.
What happened?
It's glowing brighter.
It's bad. It's bad. I'm bleeding. What do I do? I can't breathe. What do I do? Help me out, please. Guys. We need medical assistance in test chamber 1. Stay calm.
What's going
Help is
on?
on the way. Just try to stay calm. Oh, God.
Alright, we're here. We're going to help you. Lower the ladder slowly. This is going to hurt. Okay, hold still. Ready? Now.
What's happening?
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Oh, the singularity's doing something.
Oh shit! It's expanding. Yeah.
Yo.
That's what they're talking about with the mesh. Make sure your mesh. Make sure you don't have a hole in your mesh.
Darian
Qualoy.
Qualoy. Cast.
Dude, sick.
See if
Shouts
there's,
out to the fucking. Shouts out to the.
there's usually not
Father
anything
Black.
at the end, but I'm just looking ahead to make sure. So yeah, that was a great episode. I'm glad y'all sat here and watched along with us.
Yeah.
Please go check out the whole video and series of Vita Carnis.
Yeah, go check out Darian and
What
what
do
he's
you-
got going on.
What do
Dude,
you think is
definitely
going on
off
with
rip-
the singularity?
Off
That's
rip right
what-
there, it's starting to like, it might be trying to learn from us as it's doing the thing. Like it's allowing itself to be held.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the
It's
impression I
allowing
was
itself to
thinking.
be held in that way. Is this another one? Oh, this is from a year ago.
Is there another one?
No, it's from a year ago. So, and they were talking about the mesh, like to make sure your mesh isn't.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
brought that up twice. in the
Maybe it's
video.
like their bodysuit or
There's,
whatever. Somehow it got through to their brain, like their physically, like maybe like some of the crawl was in
There's
there.
a makeshift promo, Don't Touch Grass. That's the newest thing that's come out. It came out the same day as the new episode. I didn't think we need. It's only like a minute long, so I figured this was kind of like a promo for something else, probably.
Oh, probably.
Oh, it's like a pumpkin carving of the Harvester, I think. Oh, Harvester plushies, you guys. Go check those out.
Harvester plushies. Oh yeah, I love how they got these. They're making these plushies and shit nowadays for these.
Yeah.
These.
Yeah, go support them. Go check them out.
Definitely. But I think it's starting to like, things are starting to it's allowing. Like, God damn it, the creatures are evolving in ways, and they're also learning from the humans as we're trying to learn from them, and that singularity that is hooked up. I mean, it's allowing them to have.
Yeah.
To test on it and learn things about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like a taste of it being, of it showing that it's more sentient than it is. You know, it's like trying to, because the ultimate goal is like the whole singularity, I believe. So like it's kind of, and it's crazy how it's like the ball, but it shows like the energy just around it.
It showed it kind of
just like,
expanding in a way.
Super sick. But I think it's tired of.
What do you think
learning.
about the meat snakes? And I think that they're going to be too much to contain. Like the way that they're just like the mitosis.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Yeah.
And you know, it was overfed and everything, and it lost all that energy to do it. It's probably allowing it to be force fed like that, so it would have the opportunity to do the mitosis and stressed itself out enough to where it's split into two. But and you know, every time an organism does that, at least like when you get to certain like I guess microbial organisms that split in that way, they usually evolve in some. I mean, it has the same DNA as the one that.
So
like
I'm wondering,
different, you know.
The one that got to like 16 feet long or whatever it was. I'm wondering why that one never split and like why it got that big. You know what I'm saying? Like why it allowed itself. Huh?
Probably just didn't need to.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, you know, like just the environment it was in.
Especially because it got stuck in those tunnels, though, they said in season 1. It ended up, so, like, why wouldn't it split at that point? I'm thinking. I don't know. It's an interesting thing to think about. What else did we see? The mimics looked good in this episode. I was
once again, I also would like to point out, like, even though I do think all these creatures are like a hive mind, I do think they're separately able to think. Like, they have, like, separate bits of consciousness. Yeah. But it's also, like, they understand what they're supposed to do.
I think there's something more going on with the mimics than, like, what we're seeing at face value. I don't know why, but I just get this feeling, like, something more is going on with the mimics. Almost like, I think you threw out this theory once before, but, like, these things are here to replace us. And I think, like, almost like the mimics are, like, literally here to replace people.
Yeah, and I think it's wild how over the span of the video they show the creatures kind of like it shows the one going into the cupboard, and then there's one that like they show that couch, but it kind of implies it's under the couch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
There's the one that's like under the covers.
They said in this, I don't know if you guys were able to hear it very well. They said in this episode that mimics like most recent favorite way to hide, like a majority of them hide in furniture now, is like
and the mannequins and stuff like that. But what really struck me about that whole thing was seeing the one kind of cuddled up in the bed, like with the cover over.
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that?
I don't get the impression that they need to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't even think they have eyelids. I think they say that in season 1.
Yeah, they don't need to fucking sleep or none of that shit.
Yeah,
like,
but it was cuddled up in bed, like mimicking human behavior, almost trying to hide and like lure you into comfortability or something like that.
Yeah, just almost like it's trying to gain some type of false humanity.
Yeah.
For it.
And I will say I have to praise the machinima this season. Looks fucking great. Everything about the fucking like the graphics and everything that's going on with the visuals. Yeah. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, I do like that a lot, and I enjoy the practical effects. I'm a slut for some practical effects.
Oh yeah, for sure.
in the whole meat snake part with the mouth, and then it gets to where like they have like the incisor thing to open its mouth up and shit.
That's what's crazy too, is that
Super cool.
The visuals for the machinima part look great this season, but also they're just like upping it up with the practical shit too.
Yeah.
Is huge.
It's like definitely using his resources to his advantage.
So I'm wondering, because we haven't really seen anything about the harvesters or the host at all this season. I'm wondering what we're going to see. Well, we kind of saw the monoliths at the beginning of the last one, but you're right, we haven't really seen any more like information or like anything pertaining to
they're just
them.
big fucking scary things.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
They're like, yeah, we're worried about these because we can't make
I'm
these
wondering,
things.
do you think we'll get to see a host this season? I almost get the impression that they have
I would
captured.
love to see a host.
I get the impression that they've captured probably
Like
one of
one-
every
yeah,
creature,
yeah, stage of
except for
everyone.
maybe the monolith.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 7 of them, right?
Yeah, and they're too big to capture. And the one time we try to fuck with them, they fucking EMP'd our ass. So like, I don't think that we can really fuck with them.
Yeah,
But I almost get the impression that all the other creatures, they have at least one of, it seems. And I'm wondering if we'll get to see a host this season. I'm really hyped if we get to see a host.
I want to see the
Do you think
is
it'll
the
be
host the pod?
the harvester is the pod with the roots in the ground, and then the host is the one that has like a humanoid body on the top half, and then it's a pod on the bottom.
I would love to see both of them.
I would love to see both of them, but I'm excited to see the host because we've kind of seen pictures of the harvester and what they look like, but no one's ever really seen a host.
You can't get that close to it.
Yeah, you can't get that close to it, is what it was saying in the last season. And I'm wondering if we'll actually get to see these visuals. Do you think it'll be more like digital, or do you think it'll be more of a physical aspect, practical? I'm kind of hoping we get to see like a version of both this season. If like we get to see
a version of both.
Yeah,
I mean,
kinda
probably like
in the
practical
first-
with CGI overlay. Probably would be the best bet for them, just so it can like actually be animated in a sense. But I think maybe like
the first episode we got to see a trimming. It looked like we got to see a trimming that was practical, and then there was also a lot of shots of the trimming that was more like CGI looking.
Yeah.
And I kind of hope we get to see that in an episode with the host. You know, we kind of do get a digital and a practical version.
Oh, sorry, this isn't boring me. I'm just fucking.
I'm exhausted. I feel you.
I think
This episode's sponsored by coffee.
Yeah. This sponsored by coffee, not named coffee,
If you-
because they won't pay us.
If you make coffee, you should sponsor us.
Hey, yeah. If you like coffee, and you like watching us drink coffee, anyway. But I think what would
We'll
be
review
cool
coffees.
if it. Yeah, we'll review. I'll review cold brews. I don't give a shit.
You know what's crazy is that I ordered us both a cold brew, and I just realized they gave us different lids. That's weird, isn't it?
You got the cold foam, and then once you get a sip of that foam.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
I would like to see more of like a found footage-esque. Like, what if it's like
More of like
discovered footage
the
from
Mimic episode from last season, how it was like the whole found footage thing,
Yeah.
and it was like crawling out from. I would enjoy more of that too. If we got to see more found footage stuff like that, I think that would be really cool.
Like it like cuts into Carnis research team, whatever, film review, or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then it shows somebody coming up on a pod, and they're like, "What?" Or like they see like maybe in like the far distance they see the thing, the host.
Yeah.
And then it.
That would be cool if we
you
got
know.
to see found footage of the host.
Yeah,
that would
like
be
real
really
people
cool.
actually coming in contact with it.
Yeah. That would be
And
sick.
that'd be sick. And that would allow them to. I mean, it might be a little harder to do a practical thing with it, but
Yeah.
still be nice.
I think it'd be
Still be
easy
nice.
to do
Even
a
if it was
if it
CGI
was
or
like
shit.
if it was just like a shot of like, oh, they see the host and the camera falls over. I think it'd be really easy to do a practical thing because you don't need a whole model.
Yeah.
You just need like really the silhouette of a model, and then that's like
Yeah. I just mean is like now you can even possibly get somebody to go up in there and do it. I mean, you have to have a lanky motherfucker to do it.
yeah. I'm really excited to see where what is the group called? I've been saying it all episode and I can't remember it all of a sudden.
Carnis?
No, what was
Carcass.
it? Carcass, yeah. I can't believe I forgot that. I'm excited to see what happens with Carcass because we haven't heard a lot about them other than the fact that they caught the cult in the last episode. But I don't know, that was really interesting to me last season how like there was this organization that was going after the whole cult and everything. So I'm excited to see where Carcass ends up going this season and if we get to see any more of them.
Dude, please God, let me see more of them. Please God, let it happen. Please God.
What if we get to see Cargus fight like a host or like mimics or like something like that would be cool. I'm hoping the season finale for last season was really hype, and I'm like expecting like maybe they'll up the ante this season. It seems like they hit the ground running this season. Honestly, these first 2 episodes were great, and I'm expecting this. They're building up to a big season finale later on.
Absolutely, and I hope it goes on for at least like as many as it can.
And there was, I think there was about a 6 to 8 month time gap between the 2 seasons. So I think that's probably what we can expect when this season's over. We could probably expect after about 6 to 8 months another season.
Yeah, hopefully by
if it doesn't
the
end this
summer.
season.
If it doesn't end,
Yeah.
But I doubt it will. I mean, he's doing real good. He just hit 100K.
He's selling plushies.
Yeah, he's selling plushies and shit. Like he's making money off of it now. Yeah. So there's no other choice besides to
keep it going.
Keep that motherfucker going.
Might as well.
He decides to put a little bow on it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I really enjoy these shorter videos he's got going on. Just like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And...
They're very digestible.
Yeah, and I love how it's kind of mixed into, like, this nature-esque documentary.
Yeah, there's something going on with that.
Like, it shows...
I feel like there's deeper meanings.
Definitely, it's foreshadowing stuff. Like it's like it's like it's giving you pieces.
Yeah, I can't piece it together myself just watching it, but I'm sure that it's all gonna make sense by the end of this season at least.
Yeah, and they all and it's of all of the creatures that they talked about, they had a little piece of something like that kind of describes.
What I'm wondering,
like at the beginning, it was talking about. I think it was hinting to some type of mitosis-esque thing, and then you get to the mimics, and then with the larva beetle, and then you get to the mesh part. Yeah. And it kind of brings that in a little bit beforehand, but like the mesh part.
So what I'm thinking about is how in the first season, the first half of the season made you think everything is one particular way with these creatures, and it made you like understand these creatures very deeply. And then the second half of the season kind of pulled the rug out from under you. And was like, actually, everything you know about these creatures is kind of wrong. And you can defend yourself. And, like, it was kind of like a twist for, like, the whole second half of the season. And I'm wondering if we're going to see something similar for the second half of this season. I wonder if, like, the second half of this season is kind of going to, like, go against everything that we've kind of seen so far.
Yeah, contradict it in a way.
Yeah.
And fucking, I hope so. I'm excited.
Yeah, that would be really exciting.
I'm excited to see what happens. Well, it was like a month between videos, right?
It was about 3 weeks, I think.
About 3 weeks?
Yeah. So I think
we'll be back and better in 3 weeks with another episode of Vita Carnis.
And if you go back and look at the older videos, it looks like, roughly a month between each video. So I think that's when we can expect to do it. So Riff Ranch will be bringing you Vita Carnis episodes, hopefully at least once a month.
Yeah.
I know we're a little late on this one. This episode's been out for like a week now. We're trying to get it as soon as possible. I hit the notification bell. Don't worry.
Don't worry. I subscribed. If you like what you see here, go ahead and check out our other videos.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, comment.
Turn on that notification bell for us.
Yeah. Share the love. Spread the love. If you like coffee, subscribe to coffee.
This has been the Riff Ranch Podcast. We love you. We need you. Bye, Mom.
Bye, Riff Ranch Road.
Hey, Bailey. Hey, Kyle. It's me, Tank MC and Steve Bloom cosplay. What's up, you beautiful bastards? Hoorah.